Hello, I'm Connie Scott, a librarian at the Pontiac branch of the Allen County Public Library. I'm glad you have joined me today for another session of how to help with your homework or your research. Today, we are going to talk about the World Book Online. Now, this is the electronic version of the print encyclopedia. Many of you may have had your parents or grandparents, or even in your school library, use the print edition of an encyclopedia. Usually it's several volumes, and it's usually located in the reference section of the library. But now we have electronic encyclopedias that has information all the way from A to Z. So let's take a look at the World Book Encyclopedia. First, let me show you where you can locate it. We are at the Allen County Public Library website, as you can see from the URL. From the website, this is the main page, we will click on Research, click there. Then we will go all the way down to Research and Databases. Now, a database is an organized file of information that is usually put together by librarians or information specialists, fact checkers, and is organized by subject, organized by author who wrote that information, and sometimes organized by title. As you can see, we have several databases provided by the Allen County Public Library. I'll scroll down so you can take a look at some of what we have, and they're listed alphabetically. And since we're talking about World Book Encyclopedia, we're going to go all the way down, and we're going to look at World Book Online. And we're going to look at the student section. You can either click here, or I'm going to go down and click on Student. As you can see, much like the print encyclopedia, there's a lot of photos here. Now, you can see for the date today, it's September the 4th, we have information on the Real Mulan VJ Day, the 75th anniversary. It was celebrated September 7th. And also the death of Black Panther Chadwick Boseman. And then if we scroll further down, there is a Biography Center. You can research explorers, world leaders, and athletes. And then they have featured media. That means there are a lot of videos, a lot of media here that you can click on. And then at the bottom, we have some information about World Book products, how to stay connected, support the corporate office, and there's a space for your teachers and librarians to take a look at. So let's go back up. And what we're going to do is just take a quick look at what is involved in the World Book Student Edition. So I'm going to click here, that is a bar here, and this opens up information about various subjects, A to Z. So we have this first one where we can look and we can put in our search terms. Just do an advanced search. We can go back where you can search for words or phrase search for any of these words, search for a date, which you can select the month, or you can select the date and enter the year. Now, Lexile measure is just a term for reading. And then here, you can put your search term, or you can browse the encyclopedia articles by subject. And you have over here arts, business, industry, technology, alphabetically, all the way to society. So let's get back or to our screen, and you can browse back in time by year, the 1930s, the 70s. Let's look at 2000. Click here, and it says articles from the year 2000. Or you can browse the resource guides here. Choose a subject, and let's do physical education, science and math. So here you can read more about the universe, astronomy, the weather, or you can select something here. But if you're interested in science, click here, and there's some information about the Smithsonian Institute, and you can read further. All right, let's go. We will use our back button, and then we'll go again here. And then we go down the line. We could look up via Atlas. Here's a world map, and you can choose a link, and it goes from Africa, alphabetically, all the way down to the Southern Ocean. And then they have different types of subjects. You can either go to a world article once you select your country, or go to a world resource guide. All right. And as you can see here, I'm going to show you a little bit of tips and tricks here. You can share this information. You can cite it, meaning get a quotation from their site. You can print it, or you can save it to your flash drive or on your computer. Those are very helpful. Now, and as we keep going back and forth, you see the pictures here. And if you recall, Print Encyclopedia has a lot of beautiful pictures. And World Book does a very good job of having nice pictures here. Then you can go behind the headlines. Click here. And this one is on the real Mulan. And isn't that neat? It looks as if you're reading a newspaper. And here's the article. And here's one on VJ Day. Remember, we went to that first site and we saw those subjects. And here's one about Chadwick Boseman, the Jacob Blake protest, current events that are happening right now, the wildfires that ravage California. I hope you get the point. A lot of current information here for you to use in your studies and your research. Then they have current activity pages and quizzes, and then lesson plans as well. All right, let's go here again. And then the Biography Center. We can click there, and then it acknowledges birthdays. Well, we see Don Fraser, born in 1937, champion Australian swimmer. Daniel Nestor, a Canadian tennis star, born in 1972. And we all know Beyonce, American singer and actress, who was born in 1981. So you can click on that information and find more. Or you can scroll down and you can browse. You can browse by their area of work or interest, their gender, their nationality, ethnicity, and their time period. We have more of the biography collections, as you can see: scientists, women authors, world leaders of the 16th and 17th century. All right, let's go next down to, we talked about browse for subject, remember? So there's another way that you can get to the browse by subject area. And as we come back to our home page or the page we just left, things change in World Book Encyclopedia. And I kind of like that. We open this up and Citation Builder. Very important. Some of you will need to cite your paper, meaning letting us know when this information comes through, where it comes from. Now, most will ask for the MLA, so you can click here, and you will select whether it's an article. Is it coming from a book? Is it coming from a podcast? Is it coming from a World Book Back in Time article or a special report? And it will appear in MLA, APA, and Harvard formats. But for your purposes, you'll probably focus on MLA. All right, let's go back to our list. There's a section called Compare Places. Not only do we have an encyclopedia, but we have an encyclopedia with a lot of bells and whistles. Now here we can compare places. This is a fun thing to do. If you'd like to compare Asia, you can click here. There's Asia. And there's some more countries. Most of them have their flags. Okay, and we hit here. I'm sorry. Choose place two. I'm sorry. We're to choose our place, and then we can select another country. So we're going to compare Cambodia with Belize. Okay, we're going to compare now. Here you have all the information about the particular country. And then here's the information on this side about Cambodia and one on Belize. They have the capital, the official name, the area. Cambodia, as you can see, is larger than Belize. If you scroll down, both of them are at sea level. If you look at their government, Cambodia has a monarchy and Belize has parliamentary democracy. And you scroll down further and you can find other information as well. In Cambodia, there's the official language, French and English is spoken there. In Belize, English is the official language and they also speak Spanish. So this might be helpful for you doing your research. So let's get out of here, go back, and then we're going to go back once again to our heading, and we're going to go down to the dictionary. Our encyclopedia has a dictionary. So you can type in a word. Let's type in monarchy. Oh, I have to spell right here. And let's hit search. You search for monarchy. And then we have, no, see that is a noun. And then it gives us a definition, 3 definitions, and where it derived from. So maybe you need to know this while you're in doing your research. You need a definition. And you can also print this information. So let's go back. Okay. And then we're going to go back to our headings. And then they have educator tools and Google Classroom, which this might be something that you can explore with your media librarian, or if you happen to come into the public library and talk about these types of things, it might help you in your research. But then we have one that says how to do research. So we click there, and it talks about research skills for students. And these are very important. And research has one use their critical thinking skills. And I know many of you are out there saying, why am I doing all this homework? Why am I doing all of this? But we're really working on honing or really building up your research skills. Being in school, you've talked about your reading skills, your math skills, maybe your speaking skills. But in today's world, it's important to have research skills. So these are some of the things that you look at. What are research skills and why do I need them? How to plan your research, to conduct it, how to evaluate your sources. You can look here and look at general factors to consider. Okay. Scroll down and you can find some information there. All right. Decoding websites, how to look at different websites, what is a URL. So you get the point here. Lots of information to guide you while you're doing your homework. So let's go back. All right, we're going down now to interactive maps. That happens. Click here. And this is a map they have here of Manhattan, New York. So you can just kind of click on there, find out information here. You could do continent, country, state, province, region, city, and point of interest. I won't go to in any detail, but you get the idea. You can come back on your own. Let's go here. Then it has my research. And in this section, you will need to create a username and a password to create your own account. So this is in a section where you can save your particular research, and then you can come back after you've saved it and use it for your report or your presentation. Go here. And then we go down to timelines. They have various timelines for all types of subjects. As you can see over here, literature timelines, notable people, science and technology. Let's take a look at sports and games. To view this the timeline, please select from the subjects to the left. So we have to do some reading. I like basketball, so I'm going to click there. And then it has different timelines: Basketball Hall of Famers, the history of basketball, NBA playoff champions, 1950 to the present, and the NCAA women's basketball. And then here's one, the WNBA playoff championship, 1997 to 2019. So if we click there, here we have a timeline. Right at the bottom, we have the years, and you can click on this information here. I know some of you probably have a favorite team that you might want to click on, and we'll click there, and you have the information. All right. So I hope you enjoy using the timelines. All right. So let's get back. All right, there we go. That happens. Sometimes I get stuck doing a research, and that's no problem. All right. Then we go down to trivia quizzes. So maybe you have a subject that you've looked at, or you just enjoy trivia. And there's one on history. You can do an ancient Egypt quiz, a Mexican history quiz, U.S. Declaration of Independence quiz. So you have several quizzes here to take a look at too. All right, we're almost done with our overview. And we can go to what's new. And once again, these are some of the images that we've already seen. New maps, new and revised article, and new dictionary entries. There are always new words to explore. And as we get new information, some of the articles are revised. So, and then they give you new images that we have here. All right. Let's go down to, here we go, World Resources. And we click here. Remember, we had that earlier where we can look at interactive maps, World Book Atlas, and comparing places. You have this in a different section as well. All right. So we can go back to our World Book student, back to our home page. Remember, you can do a search, you can do an advanced search. You have your home page with all of this information here, or you can use your guide here. Open that up and find your information. All right. Well, I hope you have enjoyed an overview of the Student World Book Online. Stay tuned. We have another portion of World Book to look at. And thank you for joining us again. Bye-bye.